the channel, everyone. Dan with Barrel Blades and Barbells. You know, I think it's safe to say at this point that with the cost of night vision and to some degree thermals slowly starting to come down to a more affordable range, a lot of people like myself, and I'm guessing a lot of people that follow my channel being more on the budget-friendly side of things are now starting to look at night vision thermal for their hunting. You know, and I know a lot of guys already are into the thermal scene, specifically the coyote, hog hunters, things like that. But you know, a lot of people like myself were kind of, I guess, late to the party. But with that being said, we're now starting to notice this trend of prices coming down and more affordable optics, you know, existing as we start to see that. I'm starting to notice people purchasing them and getting them, and different companies coming out with new stuff. So what I wanted to do was kind of do a video on, and I think I've already had a video out about this, but I wanted to kind of go over the Wraith the Wraith night vision monocular. Now, the reason I want to go over this isn't because I want to go over the monocular itself. I actually want to go over the setup that I have. And this is my personal setup here. As you can see, this is a dual night vision setup. Now, real quick, just to kind of give you a once over what you get when you buy this thing. And I do have the box sitting over here. Obviously, you get a very nice package box from Sightmark, but when you open it up, you'll have one of these monoculars in there. You'll have two charging cables. You'll have an eye cup that is actually designed to be used with a rifle. And you'll also get a set of batteries, obviously the monocular, and you also get a case and a mount. Now the mount I want to kind of talk about more so than anything. I kind of specifically want to go over what they did with this. If you notice, this is not the standard mount that most of my military friends are used to. And let me look around here and find, there it is. So most of you are probably used to something that looks along like this. And when you originally get the Wraith with that, we call it a bridge, but when you get that, it actually has this guy mounted on top of it. And let me pop it off here so I can show you a little better. So you got this bridge up top. Now, you can use the bridge single or double. That's kind of up to you how you want to use it. But I'm gonna pop the eye cup off so I don't lose it. So there you got the bridge. But if you'll notice, this is not your standard mount like what you have here. This is more of a dovetail design, and it's intended to use with this guy. Now, most of us are used to this kind of thing. Ultimately, what you do is it's got a button. You push down on the button, it locks into place. These work. They are kind of a spring-loaded kind of tension hold up. A lot of guys will hook these bungee straps up to them, and when it's up, it's kind of locked into place. Like if you notice right there, it kind of snaps into place. While those do hold, while they're up here, they kind of have a little extra bounce. So a lot of times they'll hook those straps, those bungee straps, and pull it back nice and tight. I've used these. Obviously I have them, but I wanted to try out this Wilcox mount is what I'm being told it's called. But basically what you have is there's a button over here that allows it to fold up. You've got a squeeze on either side that kind of lets you slide in and out. This actually adjusts, you can move it up and down on the helmet itself. And then there's a knob over here like what you would have on here to kind of pull it in and out from your face. Now, when I went to put this together, the dilemma was, this is the normal mount that it comes with, but this is the Wilcox mount. So how do I get this mounted on this? Well, Sightmark was ahead of the game on this, and they actually make this Wilcox adapter here. So if you go on their website, you can purchase it on there. Let me see if I can try it. I believe it's like SM18050.10 is the part number. But if you go to like the accessories or parts or something like that and just scroll down, you'll see it in there. It's a Wilcox adapter, but very, very nice. Now I will say this Wilcox mount is a cheap one that I got off of a website app that starts with a T. You probably know what I'm talking about. It's not the greatest app, but I wanted to try this out, and this was a cheap way to see if I wanted to spend the, you know, $100 whatever to do this. I will be purchasing one, but the nice thing about this is it literally, that's it. Like, that, it's so handy. Like, you push the big button on the front, it slides off. Like, you're so much easier. So, you know, the Wraith night vision is a really nice unit, depending on how many you have, to get started in a night vision and to get working, and the Wraith for that matter. They've got, or the thermal, they've got a Wraith thermal out. You know, very affordable, very nice units. I've got several of them at this point, but you know, all of them, generally speaking, if you have ever used one, all of them have essentially the same interface when you're working with the controls. If you're adjusting the brightness, doing your 0 for your reticle, like all those things, generally speaking, are very, very close to the same all the way across the board. The only difference on this set is actually the controls, like the knobs. So they've got 3 different setups. One of them is a up, down, left, right button with a center select. If you look behind me here, you can see this is the 4K Max. That one has a turn knob, and you click in, like you push it down to select. And then this actually has 2 buttons. It has a select and a back, if you will, and then a left, right to kind of go adjust the knobs up or down, plus or minus. You know, it shows plus or minus on them, so you can see it's plus minus. So very nice units. But once you get used to running night vision and, you know, playing with thermal and things of that nature, going back can be kind of hard. So it can be a little bit addictive. I really like this setup. One thing I will tell you is running 2 of them, they can be a little heavy. Like if you get a set of like PVS 14s or 15s or 17s, or I don't even know how high they go now, you're also looking at like $3,500. I got like, you know, $1,200-$1,400 in the setup. So very, very affordable comparatively speaking. Now, once you get this on here, you start to run into this issue of weight pulling down on the front. Now, while these are a polymer frame, they do have some metal in them, but they're a polymer shell. You know, they're going to have batteries in them. They're going to have some weight. So you start noticing this drag down on your forehead. Get yourself a battery pack to put back here and run the wire for, and it comes with, each one comes with 2 different charging cables. You can run it up front, run it right down in that hole, and plug it in right there, USB-C, and you can charge both of these at the same time. Sightmark was way ahead of the game on that. You can run 1, you can run 2. They charge off of that same port through these brass fittings right here. So very, very forward thinking on that, the way they did that. You know, I have a set of battery pack mounts on the way, just haven't got here yet. I was hoping it was going to show up before I got around to doing this video, so I could kind of show you all of that too. But, you know, that's one of those things that it's a never-ending process of figuring out, hey, I like this item, but I don't like necessarily how it fits on my face, on my gun. You know, I'm working on doing a setup right now. I'm going hog hunting again, and I was thinking about taking my 300 blackout, but, you know, the problem is 300 blackout set up in a pistol configuration, and I'm just not as comfortable with it. Like I'm 6'2", I got kind of long arms, so when I reach out and I'm in the you know, the ready, that pistol configuration, I'm kind of cramped up. I feel a little, I don't want to say uncomfortable, but not as comfortable as I am with my 350 Legend. It's built on a carbine length. Like, the thing is, every time I pick it up, I'm like, I built this gun for me. I love this gun the way it's set up. That's what you have to do with everything you do, whether it's your everyday, you know, EDC gun, or if you're, you know, going out to the range, pistol setup, the, you know, drop leg, you know, outside the waistband, or your rifle, how you have your sling. All those things are custom to you. Like, you have to make all this stuff fit you. It's just like if you're a gunsmith. I am no gunsmith by any means, but I've talked to several of them and I've learned a few things. And you don't ever make the gun fit the part. You make the part fit the gun. So you are the gun. You are the tool, or the you know, the hammer, if you will. make the nails fit you. So this is something you have to play with and make it fit. That's part of the reason why I got this mount. And I spent a little extra money. I think it's like 20 or 25 bucks to get the Wilcox adapter. It's super affordable. So, you know, I really like this setup. I've used it a couple times out coyote hunting, and it's very nice to be able to kind of go from, because I run thermal on the gun, you know, my rifle. Being able to go from night vision to thermal, jump back and forth, is actually kind of nice, because there's things that you can't see in the thermal that you can see on night vision, but the thermal is nice for spotting that heat signature. So having both at the same time with you it's like the best option. I am going to take one of these with me when I go hog hunting next month. So I'm going to have kind of the best of both worlds. I'll be able to, you know, look around night vision and then change over to thermal on the gun. So, yeah, like I said, I wasn't going to go real in depth on the unit itself. I wanted to talk more about the mount and how I've got mine set up, and kind of give you guys you know, I guess a how-to on how to put this all together. Because, you know, I had a couple people asking me, how do you get these mounted with the Wilcox on the helmet? This is how you do it. Very nice setup. Hopefully you like the video. Try not to get these too terribly long, especially on, you know, how-to videos. I know a lot of people, me personally, I got short attention span. So we hit that 10-minute mark. If you haven't gotten to the point, I'm not watching the whole video. So I feel like we've gone over everything and kind of hit all the main points, if you will. But if you got any questions, please, by all means, put them down in the comments. I'll get back to you, you know, pretty quickly. If you like the video, you know, hit the like. If you want to tag along, see what I'm doing next, you know, maybe get some, hopefully we'll get a hog next month and I'll be able to get some through footage of, you know, knocking down some pigs. But if you want to stick around, hit that subscribe button for me. And as always, stay tuned, stay tactical. I'll see you guys next time.